Hello.
Hello. Have you ever gotten a ride from Pigeon before?
No.
That is one of the scariest things I've ever experienced, and I've been close to death a lot. Jesus Christ.
He tried to kill you?
Uh he just drove, and the driving was scary. Like Denzel level scary. Very bad driving. Okay, so I want to talk to you and I don't really know how to say anything. So I'm gonna do my best and bear with me. If anything comes across badly, it's not meant to at all.
Okay.
So you obviously saw me hanging out with Luciano, and I wanted to talk to you to see how you feel about that in general, because we haven't talked about it, and I want to preface this with we're not anything more than friends. We will never be anything more than friends. But it felt like if I came to you and said, "Hey, I've been hanging out with Luciano, and I swear on God, it is not that." That sounds like it is, but it's. So I didn't want to. I don't know. I just don't know how to handle things sometimes. So, yeah. Does it bother you if I'm friends with him?
It's not so much of a you thing, it's much more of a him thing that bothers me.
Okay, well, do you want to elaborate on that, or do you not want to talk about this? Because we don't have to if you don't want to.
It's like I don't know how close you are with him, so it's very hard for me to even talk about anyway how I feel because I was just always reprimanded by him. If I even talked about my feelings at all.
Why does that mean that you can't talk to me about it?
Because it would always get back to him and I would be reprimanded by it.
What? Eve, what? With all due respect, why would you think that me and Luciano are closer than you and me?
Because people always talk. Doesn't matter how, doesn't matter why, it's just how the relationship went bad in the first place is because people started and people talked. And even if I needed somebody to talk to, somehow that would get back to him. And then he would reprimand me for talking about my feelings. And my feelings would be invalid. And
Your feelings are never invalid, no matter what he says. I'll tell you, the only thing I've said to him is that I'm worried about how this friendship would impact you and mine, because I don't want to lose you, because I am happy, so happy that you and I are finally close.
and what was his
And
reaction
that
to that? Because he probably thought that I already had a reaction to it, which I haven't.
I'm not gonna lie to you, he started sounding like he was going down that route and I shut it down. I said Eva's had no reaction other one that she is completely valid to have, but Eve also might have no issue with this, and it is mostly me just spiraling worried that I'm going to have to choose between friends.
But see, that's exactly my point. He's already had a reaction to it, so I'm already the bad person.
You're not the bad person.
But he already thinks that. So
I don't think he does, but you know him
I
better
know
than I
him,
do.
and he, because of our past, he already probably thinks I'm the bad person when I've had no reaction to it whatsoever.
I feel like I made it clear that it was a me problem. and that I'm just anxious about how
Yeah,
this
but he
conversation would play out.
dislikes me more, so it's gonna be a me problem and not yours. It wouldn't be on you in his head. You see?
I'm yes, I do, but my point was that that's the only thing I've said, and that was mostly about my anxieties about this conversation because I'm not very good at talking about stuff a lot. But Eve, like if you don't want me to ever bring up your name or speak a thing about you around him, even though I only have good things to say, that is fine. Anything you tell me will stay between you and me. And it hurts that you. I mean, I understand it being an anxiety, but if it's an expectation that I'm gonna just tell other people stuff that you and I talk about, I don't,
It's
I don't feel like I've done anything to
it's
make
not
that track
you.
record.
That's the thing. It's not you. It's him. Look at his reaction already.
And maybe me expressing my anxiety about it was a mistake. But I'm saying going forward, if you never want me to mention you at all in the scope of that friendship, then that is what will happen. If you want to talk to me about how you feel about things, he will never know. Because, quite frankly, it's not his business. I just don't know why you think that I would take our conversations and go tell him or anybody.
But again, it's not you. It's him. It's just him. It's his reaction when it comes to me. It's just never positive. Even though I don't understand why it's not when he was the one who left me.
I'm not telling you you're wrong or invalidating your experience with it, but I this isn't me defending him, but it is more so letting you know that most of the things he has said are good about you. Actually, all of them except for worrying that our friendship was going to be a problem. Everything else he's ever said is that you're selfless and you're kind and you're a fantastic person and that he treated you like shit. Now, does that make it not true that he has made you feel like a shit person or invalidated your feelings? No, both of these things can be true. I just want you to know that I don't know, that he has said good things too. And again, I'm not defending him. You are free to feel however you want because that is your guys' relationship. I know you and I get a lot of shit from a lot of different places. So anything that can feel not as terrible would be good, I guess.
It's just my reaction to seeing just him hang out with anybody in general. And again, it's not on you at all, Andy. You're amazing. I'd never tell you who you can and cannot be friends with. I would never tell you to choose me over anybody else. I would rather die than make anybody do that. It's more a self-worth thing for me because I have to ask myself, why was I never good enough? Why was I never good enough for that 10 minutes of his time? Why, when I opened up the path for us to be friends again, did he stand me up on that pier 4 months later? And when I called him, he just said, "Oh, sorry." So yeah, he can say all these nice things, but his actions never matched his words.
That is completely fair.
So it just hurts seeing him make all this effort with people around me when he never gave that to me. Especially if it's people I'm close to as well. Because again, I just keep on asking myself why. But what have I done? When he's in a group with all the people who I admire the most, who have formed me into the person I've become today, Lang, Harry, dumbass Speedy, majority of my role models, who I can't talk to anymore because of him. Because I feel hated in some sort of way. So it hurts seeing him make all this effort with my close friends and none with me. Like I said, it could have been anybody and I still would have felt the same way.
I get that. As one of probably the few other people in town who has had their marriage affected by the same group of people, I don't think the rest of them hate you. I think they just don't like losing their guys to relationships, or at least, that's how they decide to see it and feel about it, even if that's not the case. And even if it comes down to the thing that always pissed me off when it was me and Denzel was that Denzel makes his own choices. If he's spending X amount of time with me, that's on Denzel. If he's choosing to shirk responsibilities there, that's on Denzel, not on me. And it felt like it was always pushed on me. And it made me feel like they fucking hated me too, even though in reality they probably didn't feel as strongly about me as I thought they did at the time. I think for other reasons they probably did, but not for that one. And the same is probably with you. They're all voting for you, they're all supporting you. They all only have nice things to say, and I don't know if that helps. And I'm definitely not defending their behavior, to reiterate. I just want you to know that, like, people do still very widely say good things about you, even when it feels like they don't. I don't blame you for feeling how you feel about any of this. And honestly, I kind of get it. I mean, seeing. I waited for like a year and a half for Denzel to come back.
You think Andy's
And it felt like
missing the
once we
point
split, he
of like,
finally did.
I don't think
And then
Lang
spent
and
all
them
his
hate
time with,
me.
honestly, you guys. It felt like shit. And when I would see him hanging out alone with any of the guild, it felt like shit. And yeah, it felt like I wasn't worth coming back for, but you guys were. So I get it, but just like you, I knew it was nothing to do with you guys, so I just said nothing and was happy for you guys because, my relationship with him wasn't what your guys's was
Yeah.
or is. But I'm not saying any of that to put the focus on me, but I
No,
want you to understand that I do
it's too
sincerely
relate.
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why I didn't know what to do, because I feel like if I out of nowhere try to reassure somebody that it's not romantic, it sounds like it is. So I was like, I don't really feel like I should out of left field do that. But it's also hard, right? Because I feel like if you saw us together, I mean, we've only hung out like two or three times in the past like 2 months, so um you would see that it's not that very quickly. But obviously that's problematic because I don't want to like bring him around or anything. And it's not just with him either. Like, I've been spending quite a bit of time with a bunch of other people from their sphere.
Yeah, Alex said it was for and everybody, and you've been having a good time, and I'm happy if you're having a good time. Like, I want you to feel like you have a place to belong, outside of just working all the time.
Yeah, but I don't want to do anything that is at your expense. I don't want to do something that's good for me if it hurts you.
But again, it's not what it's just his actions, me. Sure, it contributes a little bit, but I'd rather you be happy. I'd rather you be so much more happy. All I've all I've known is suffering.
But that's like the further reason I just want you to be happy because I feel like we both have been put through the ringer.
Yeah.
And for that reason I don't know. And it is probably why I feel so close to you because I feel like we fall victim to the same shit. Like creepily similar, the
Very
same shit,
similar.
especially if we're going down this route with the conversation we're talking about.
Yeah.
But like that's why I feel so close because I feel like I can tell everybody under the sun how much shit I've gotten and the bullshit that I've dealt with that makes me feel a certain type of way, but you're the only one who actually understands what that feels like. Because you get it too.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do anything to make it worse, and I am hell bent to make sure that I'm not doing anything to make it worse. I just didn't know how to approach it. And like if you were moved on and trying to make, move into your era of um deciding that people's bullshit is not going to be a big deal to you, then I didn't want to like bring it up as if it was a big deal. If you wanted to just not even think about it and move on. So I'm sorry I didn't come talk about it sooner.
I just didn't know it was a thing until yesterday.
Well, it started when we like honestly it started when I locked him in the warehouse. And I called you and I was like, hey yo, you want me to do anything about this? Did he fucking make you feel any type of way? And then we just talked about how we were shitty spouses pretty much.
It doesn't make
Um
it better.
what do you mean?
It's starting from there doesn't make it better.
Well, that was the first time we talked. Then I saw him at the like date auction thing that ADMC had. And then we've hung out like maybe twice since then. But like all of that turned into like I don't know, starting friendships with people that like I haven't really had friendships with, even though I've known them for a really long time. Like Larry, and then I met 404 kids, and then me and Tony have hung out a little bit, me and Gigi have hung out a little bit. So it like very quickly turned into like poaching type shit. But
When Luciano wants to poach, he goes really, really hard for the poach.
and maybe that's all it is. Maybe I think we're friends, but that's the ultimate goal. I don't know.
I would hope not.
I
I would hope that you're not being used just for that goal.
I don't think it's that way, but again, I don't know them very well. And like like sincerely the one I think I know the best is Lang, and that is coming from a place where I've been on the opposite end of his bullshit for more of my life than we've ever been on good terms.
So true.
Yeah. So I know him by proxy of being the target over and over again.
Yeah, Lang isn't really a person who you just call up to hang out with, unless you're just blowing up
No.
buildings.
Yeah. It's too ADHD for that.
Yeah. The other day, somebody was next to me and called him and said, "Hey, do you want to hang out?" And I just said, "What are you doing?"
Wild. But
I just don't
I
want you
don't
to.
even
I just don't want you to feel like you can't go down this path just just because of me. I will not let you do that.
But I don't want to do anything that's hurting you. And I know it's like just him, right? And he will exist whether I am choosing to be friends with him or not. But I guess I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is like while there are probably still going to be times every now and then because again he still is the busiest person. Um, it's more of me hanging out with like them as opposed to just him. But regardless of that, I don't want to do anything that brings you pain. You deal with enough bullshit as it is, and what kind of friend am I if I affect that?
And I'm still gonna be the person who's gonna tell you that I still want you to go and do what makes you happy.
But it will hurt you.
It's like you said, he exists whether or not you're in the vicinity or not. It's gonna hurt me either way, no matter what he does. Like there's like I've explained a multitude of things that come with that. And I know it doesn't make it easier, but I've tried to get closure. I thought I had the closure of, him not showing up. Thought that was the closure I needed, but I don't know if I will be okay if I feel a little less like he doesn't hate me. And I don't think that day will come. So it's something I'm just gonna have to live with either way. And I'm like you. If I stay busy, then no, nothing can hurt me. So I just ignore it. Workaholic.
Yeah, I know. Well, is there anything I can do to make it less impactful?
Don't talk about me with him.
I will never.
It's just
Unless I see you do something like really cool on Twitter or something, and then I'm just gonna sit there and be like, she's so fucking cool. That's my fucking girl. Let's go. Promise anything I say will be generally positive because I can't help but hype you up at all times. I don't think there's a day that's gone by since we've become closer that I haven't.
I appreciate that.
So he can suck it.
Yeah, I just think I sleep better knowing that there's no opportunity where he thinks all his thoughts are right in terms of
Mm.
how he thinks that how my feelings aren't valid and things like that.
But they are because you have them and they're real. So
Yeah, but
you can
a
suck it
majority, a
as far as that
majority of
goes.
our arguments were I have a feeling, and then he invalidates it, and then he gets defensive about it, and then we get nowhere.
Yeah, I can't really talk shit, I guess. I feel like I may have done something similar with Denzel, but I think our circumstances were different.
Yeah, but yeah, I would just appreciate that. But like I said, I don't want you to change anything you do. I, your happiness is so important to me that, like I said, I would rather die than you be unhappy. And I'm very serious about that.
I'm very serious about being
We can't keep it going on
conscientious.
a circle, Andy.
No, I care about you.
No, yo.
No, you.
We can't. We're just gonna be here forever.
I just. They're the first people to. Outside of you guys, obviously, they're the first people to make an effort, and not just Luciano, to like spend time with me without wanting something from me.
Actually, ask you how you are, not what you are, and what you can give me.
Yeah. Yeah, and want to hang out and don't want an ATM or a vending machine or a construction request or a business proposal or want to talk shit about any of the previous aforementioned things or can you get me drugs or guns, because even that was true when I was leading HOA. It's just I feel like I've spent so many years of people who
Treating you like a vending
majority people
machine.
just want something.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's a good
Yeah.
feeling. It's a good feeling. People
It's
actually calling you and asking you how you are.
yeah, it's new and like I'm so fucking lonely with everyone gone. Like I have you and Alex, and I'm so fucking glad I do, because I would have been out of here so much faster, like literally immediately, if I didn't have you guys. But like with HOA being gone, my brother's hardly around. We lost TJ not that long ago. My relationships are failed things, and I will die alone because honestly, thank God, I don't want to deal with any of this bullshit anymore. Like on uh I'm just not built to be a significant other, I've learned. I just have too much of a negative opinion about human beings and how they behave, I guess. I don't want my time accounted for. I don't want the bullshit that comes with it. I want every fucking person under the goddamn sun deciding that my relationship is any of their fucking business when it's really fucking not. Sorry, I'm gonna go on a rant.
No, it's
But
valid
yeah,
because it's so
that's
true.
yeah. It's just what it comes down to. Is I just it is it's unfortunate that the only people to have done this are also ones that affect the only people I've had this whole time. Sorry I didn't come talk to you about it sooner. I just didn't. I didn't know if I should. If you didn't want to deal with it or didn't care, and then it feel like I was making a big deal out of something that was nothing, or alternatively, I don't know how to approach things very often.
Yeah. I'd love to just say I don't care, but people say they don't care when they do care, and I would love to it not to be a non-issue, but then I'm just lying, and then I'm not true to my feelings, and then I don't I also don't want it to be awkward, and I also didn't know about it until like a day or two ago, and then I still want us to be friends, and I'd rather us be friends than it be awkward, and yeah, I would have also just said let's just just shut it down and then just never talk and acknowledge about it again. But yeah, I just like this better.
Yeah, me too. I should have come sooner. But honestly, I was also giving it time to see if it was just not going to be followed up on and be a non-issue anyway.
Yeah,
To be honest.
that's the easier option. But yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate you though for calling or reaching out anyway.
Yeah, I'll give Alex credit where credit is due. She encouraged it. Um, I don't know. I get nervous, and you know that I haven't always had the best history with guild either, so I get nervous. I feel like I try to say the right things, and then it comes off really badly, and then people decide that I'm a monster and hate me, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I really do, after all these years, and after how many people hate me, get scared to talk about stuff because I just feel like it's gotten taken and twisted so many times. And that's not like about you specifically, it's
No,
just
it's
people.
people. I feel that people will rather assume the worst of you than come and have a conversation with you.
Yeah. And like with other people I can be, hyper
God, even
confrontational and blunt and get in
even
their face
Andy
and
are
stuff,
so
but
similar,
when it's
man.
people
It's
I actually care
crazy.
about, that is so scary for me. because I
Yeah.
don't want to say the wrong thing that just sounded just bad enough for everything to just be over. So I am sorry.
No, please don't apologize.
I already did. I'm not taking it back.
Okay, I accept it and I lock it in my heart.
Thank you. I love you.
I love you too. It's actually crazy how similar we are in just everything we've done and
How
experienced.
fucking unfortunate is that?
Yeah, it's
But at least we have each other.
yeah, yeah. I'm also very happy that we have come this far and we have met up at this point in our lives and become closer. It actually makes me really, really happy.
Me too.
It's taken a while, but I think, it's now that matters more.
Me too. And I am so glad to have somebody who gets it. I feel like from the outside, people don't understand what it's like
No, they don't.
in our shoes, but we do. Lucky us!
Woohoo!
Yay! That's okay. You get to start your Mayor Bad arc, and then we will be
Yahoo!
completely synced up.
Yeah, I ran into Pred on my way here, and he was like,
Ooh,
"What
with your
even?
car.
What even is your campaign?" And I was like, "I don't know, Pred, but yours is just hating on me and Andy."
Woohoo!
Then he said,
Getting a
"Yeah."
bit.
Then he said, "When are we gonna debate?" And I said, "I'm not gonna debate you to just be demeaned." And then I walked away.
So true. He would literally just stand there and shit on you the whole time instead of saying anything of
Yeah.
actual value.
And then I
You're
just
not
walked
wrong for
away.
that at all. Not at all.
It's okay. Well, hopefully the South takes away all his votes, so it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I saw the like fucking open letter shit that
I
they
can't even
have.
read it, it's so tiny.
I can't either. It's so tiny. If I had to go on a limit, I would assume that it's just like we've heard how upset everyone is, and then it's like probably like
Yeah.
3 people who are like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
that sucks."
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, Silas and Letson came and talked at the PD meeting, and some guy named Bruce something, but he's the guy who works at a Maze Bank. He's a bank teller. I like him.
Well, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know he had bank tellers. That's cool.
Yeah, I always see him at the bank. He's really cool. He asked me what I'm depositing.
Oh,
I'm like, that's sussy, but okay.
should say something super crazy at some point.
Oh yeah, I should say that I'm embezzling.
The state's money into my account, please. Thank you so much. Just a quick little wire transfer. All right. I'm gonna get back to decorating my little life away, as always.
I have
Do you need
to.
anything for campaign stuff?
No, I made flyers and I'm just putting down.
Yeah, they look so good. You look so
Yeah,
hot.
thank you. And putting down
Yeah.
signs. Do you have a car? Do you want to take my car? Because I gotta fly out.
Sure. I will borrow your vehicle.
Okay, so I'm gonna fly out. I'm gonna go play some companies that are lethal.
Ooh,
And I'm gonna go
okay,
see if I can find
okay.
Stag in his boat.
Well, yeah, we need to go on an adventure at some point, too.
He'll find
Probably
him
not
one day. Do you
tonight.
think he's out at sea? And he's just like lost.
Probably. Yeah, yeah. Maybe he just gave up on this boat and made a new one.
I wouldn't put it past him. He's just like lost at sea forever.
Honestly, I
Icky.
wouldn't mind that some days. Thank you. I love
I
you.
love you. Have fun decorating. Don't starve. They own a hot dog
I
stand.
might. I very well
They own
might.
a hot dog stand. Make them get you food.
Actually, true.
Yes. Alright, love you.
Ugh, thank you. I love you.